Hello, this is Hans with Burning Truth Africa, and I have my son Solomon with me tonight.
Hello.
And I'm going to just ask him to share a little bit about what's going on. He's getting ready to leave to spend some time in Mombasa, and I know the Lord has some great things in store for him. So I'm going to let him share a little bit about that.
So I went with my dad this summer for 2 weeks, and we went to Mombasa. And while we were there, there was this pastor that we work with there. My dad knows. He introduced me to him, Pastor Kip Meningo. And we were over there, and as we were getting ready to leave, he says, "I wish you could stay here for a year." And I was like, "Well, I can't exactly, do that right now." And it was about probably 2 months later, I went with my parents to their church for a prayer meeting, and I just felt like in the prayer meeting that God told me, "You need to go and spend a year there with Pastor Kip in Mombasa."
I just wanted him to come on today and just kind of let you know that this isn't something that we came up with. This isn't an idea that I'm trying to get him to do or anything like that. But I did take Solomon with me 2 times to Africa. He's been 3 years to Rhema Bible Training College. And so I know that God has been preparing him. When Solomon was born, when we had his baby dedication in Tulsa, Oklahoma, Pastor Dave Roberson prophesied over him. He said, the call has been passed on to this one. And he said, he will preach with fire. And during this last time when we were in Kenya, Solomon was preaching the gospel, and he was preaching with fire. And that fire is what attracted the men of God to him. That fire is what caused people like Pastor Menego to say, "Come and stay with us for a year." And now is a time when he gets to release that. And I believe this is going to be a time not only of training for you, Solomon, but it's going to be a time of the Holy Ghost using you, where you will be allowed to display the things of the Spirit to the people of Mombasa. The first time I went to Kenya, Solomon had a dream. I want him to share that dream with you that he had when he was just a boy.
Well, the first dream, I don't know what this had to do with it, but Satan, for whatever reason, he came out of my toe. It was just the weirdest thing ever. And Jesus walked up to me, and he handed me these chains, and he says, "Let's go bind Satan." And we start walking through this area, and you see all these people, they're mangled, their flesh is all rotten, they're eating their own flesh. And, and I woke up, and then I went back to sleep, and I'm in that house that we were at in Guthrie, Oklahoma, and I open up the front door, and I see all these children carrying all these weapons. There's all these men with them, and I just yelled out, I remember, "Jesus loved you." And these children, they dropped what they were carrying. They came running. The men that were with them, they turned their weapons on them and started attacking the children. But the children got to me, and the children were unharmed, and they were African children.
I said, "Did the Lord say anything to you?" And he said, "The Lord said, go to Kenya." Now, there's been 2 times he's been able to go, and now he's going to be able to be there for an extended time. And I know that he's planning at least a year of an internship. We're sponsoring Solomon. He's a part of our ministry now, and he's a part of what we're doing. And I believe that God's going to use him instrumentally. It's going to be an anchor in Kenya to be able to be boots on the ground and to be sharing with us week by week things that are happening, what God is doing, how he's moving, and the things that are happening around him. He'll be able to share that, and we'll be able to share that with you. All the expenses that he has over there, $500 a month is going to cover that. And so if you'd like to be a part of this, if God's put it on your heart to be able to sponsor, to help us sponsor Solomon, or if you yourself want to give directly to Solomon, that's okay too. But if you give into Burning Truth Africa and you just put Solomon on there, it's going to go directly to him. Or if you just give into our ministry to help us to do that, just know that we're going to be sponsoring him. And so, if you give above and beyond, if you want to give more than that 500, and you want to make sure that it goes to Solomon, just put his name on it, and we'll make sure that he receives those funds You can give by Cash App, you can give by Venmo, you can give on our website. All of that information will be on the screen. And I'll also put Solomon's personal Cash App on there so that if you want to give directly to him, you just feel God calling you to do it that way, we have no problem with that either. So just whatever God puts on your heart to do that. And be praying for this young man. He's growing in the Lord. He's going to be experiencing things he's never experienced before. He's going to be living outside of our home for the first time. And I believe that God's going to do great things through him. Solomon, do you have anything else you want to add?
No.
All right. Well, God bless you guys. And remember our family, because all of us are going together. Teresa will be going with me. And we're going to be there for 3 weeks. Solomon's going to be there at least a year. So be praying for us, be supporting us, and we know that as we go, you are going with us. God bless.